Hello, it's Jim Hutchins for the Jerusalem Connection Spot Report for this week. I want to pose a question to you for your consideration, your thinking during this spot report today. And the question is this: how would you respond to a spokesman of Satan today? How would you respond to a spokesman of Satan today? I'm reminded of the Apostle Paul's comments with regard to false apostles in 2 Corinthians chapter 11. In verse 13, he says, such men are false apostles. He began, actually, at verse 12. He says, I'm going to keep on doing what I'm doing in order to cut down the ground from under those who want an opportunity to consider themselves equal with us. Those who want to consider themselves equal with us in the things they boast about. For such men are false apostles, Paul says, deceitful workmen masquerading as apostles of Christ, and no wonder, for Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. It's not surprising then if his servants masquerade as servants of righteousness. Their end will be what their actions deserve. Now, I say this as a prelude to my comments at this point. And that is that there will be a conference held March 13 through 14 in Bethlehem, Israel, I would say. It will be hosted at the Bethlehem Bible College. The president of that is the Reverend Dr. Jack Serra. And the conference is entitled Christ at the Checkpoint. It's held every other year. And its sole purpose, Christ at the Checkpoint Conference, its sole purpose is to promote a pro-Palestinian, vehemently anti-Israel understanding of narrative. And it's gotten a lot of publicity. And one of the people that has been at the heart of this Christ at the Checkpoint Conference in the past, and my guess is he would be a part of it today, in March, is the Reverend Stephen Sizer, Reverend Dr. Stephen Sizer. He is the vicar of Christ Church of Virginia Water in the UK. We have a article on our website by Kay Wilson that does a very insightful analysis of the checkpoint, Christ at the Checkpoint, and also of Stephen Sizer. And she says this: some have questioned if Stephen Sizer is even fit for the office of the Anglican Church. Some continue to be angered at his constant taunting of Jews in the state of Israel. Sizer's behavior, however, is eye-opening. His relentless attention-seeking exploits testify not of a man who possesses any genuine compassion for others, no, but rather a self-seeking, immature, emotionally deprived juvenile who has an insatiable need for affirmation. Like all spoiled children, his sulking should not be taken seriously. She goes on. This year at the church at the Christ at the Checkpoint Conference, Stephen Sizer and others like him will bully the Palestinians into a world of make-believe. Sizer will do so by making them believe that they're only victims and that their lives amount to nothing but perpetual misery. He will do this to build himself up at their expense. He will sadistically hold them hostage in the shadow of death, never once urging them to look up to the light that creates the very shadow. He will offer them the Islamist falsity that their aspirations will be fulfilled by the virtue of antipathy, hostility, in other words, against Israel. Sizer will leave them shackled with resentment. He will not reach out his hand to help them up. He will not urge them to look to heaven and see the countless wonders of a wonderful life happening all around. Metaphorically, this is how she concludes. Metaphorically, Reverend Stephen Sizer will place his chained hands on his heart just beside the cross, which he readily preaches, quote, set you free. He will look his victims in the eye and declare, I'm good. I do not kill. I can only hope the bound and gagged in this particular able-bodied and well-fed audience will have the fortitude not to succumb to this futile and deathly delusion of reprieve. I would suggest to you that the Reverend Stephen Sizer is a contemporary expression of what the Apostle Paul refers to as an apostle of Christ, masquerading as an apostle of Christ. I'll read that again. Such men are false apostles, deceitful workmen masquerading as apostles of Christ. No wonder, for Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. How would you respond to a spokesman of Satan today? May I suggest you respond the way God responded? An angel of the Lord responded. In Zechariah chapter 3, the angel of the Lord said this to Satan: Yigar Yahweh b'cha hasatan. Yahweh rebuke you, Satan. Yahweh rebuke you, Satan. That's the proper response to a spokesman of Satan today. Till next week, Od Ki Yavo Shiloh. Till Messiah comes, Yivareka Yahweh. God bless you and yours.